Black Crystal. Greetings to all of you. Did you know? Your soul has done everything possible to make you see this video. Just so I can tell you that it's time for you to awaken. If you accidentally scroll past this, perhaps the next time we meet will require several more reincarnations. The meeting of souls is like a ray of light. Thank the universe for giving us the fate to resonate together. Heaven only helps one type of person, those who know how to save themselves. We all hope that a savior will appear in this world to save us. But the truth of the world is that there is no savior. The only savior is yourself. Only you can save yourself. No matter how much suffering and challenges you are going through right now, if you want to resist fate, you must save yourself. When you start to believe that you can save yourself, congratulations. You are the savior of your own life. Saving yourself is the day heaven helps you. When a person falls to the bottom of the abyss and still refuses to change, heaven will awaken them. First, heaven will use love to awaken you. If love doesn't work, heaven will use suffering to awaken you. If suffering isn't enough, heaven will use challenges. If challenges still don't work, heaven will use accidents. And if even accidents can't awaken you, heaven will have no choice but to use your own life to make you realize, until you truly awaken. If the heart doesn't die, the path won't be born. All the suffering and pain you experience are the universe's way of awakening you to enlightenment. Why do people have to go through loneliness and suffering? Many people can't understand this question. There's a saying, behind suffering is fruit, behind loneliness is enlightenment. Have you heard the story of the eagle? An eagle's lifespan is about 70 years, but when it reaches 40 years old, its claws, feathers, and beak all age, making hunting extremely difficult. At this point, it has two choices, either accept death or rebirth. If it chooses rebirth, the eagle must first prepare enough food, then find a secluded cliff. Here, it will use its old beak to hit the rock tens of thousands of times until the old beak falls off and a new one grows. When the new beak grows, it will use it to pluck out its old claws. This process is equally painful. After growing new claws, it continues to pluck out its old feathers to become a bald eagle. This process is extremely painful and dangerous. The surviving eagles must endure 150 days of cold, hunger, and the risk of being attacked by other birds. But if it succeeds, it will grow new feathers and be completely reborn, becoming a strong eagle again. Similarly, philosophers say that humans are born twice. The first time is when the body is born, and the second time is when the soul awakens. When your soul awakens, that's when you truly live, realizing that all troubles and sufferings are just the limits of perception. The awakening process begins with doubting and denying old values, then building new ones. This is like performing surgery on your own mind, a long and painful experience. Fate will continuously test you, forcing you to use wisdom to reflect, criticize, question, observe, and tolerate, until you truly transform. This is a painful process that is not easy, and many people never achieve it in their lifetime. Instead, they try to numb themselves with soul-soothing chicken soup, dependence on others, or meaningless entertainment. Do you know that creating illusions in life is like nurturing a beautiful dream? But if you speak up and interrupt that dream, you might be scolded for ruining someone's peace. People with awakened souls are truly extraordinary. They can abandon this body, abandon everything belonging to the material world. In the world of the body, we often revolve around 5 basic needs: eyes, hands, nose, tongue, and sensations. These needs are never exhausted. Therefore, a truly awakened person is one who satisfies basic needs without pursuing them anymore. Only such people can step into a higher world, the world of the soul. What does the soul need? The soul needs to accumulate wisdom and merit so that when it leaves this world, it carries more than when it arrived. The world of the soul is selfless, while the world of the body is full of selfishness. Each person exists in both worlds. Which world are you living in? Where do you want to live? In the world of the body or the soul? The answer lies in a thought, a decisive moment. Just one thought, you can rise above, or not, you will remain below. Everything that happens in life is determined by one thought, and the chain of actions afterward creates the totality of your life. If you can understand this, you are truly extraordinary, because soul awakening is a high-level awakening, an extraordinary awakening. It is the recreation of oneself and the process of integrating the small self into the larger self, ultimately reaching a state of selflessness. Soul awakening helps us enter a new world, becoming a new person. Therefore, we are not only building a new earth but also creating a new humanity. Signs that your soul is beginning to awaken include many changes. Among them, some people will experience depression. This is one of the most common signs. The process of raising vibrational frequency will remove much dark and heavy energy from the body. During this phase, we may feel like things will never get better and the outside world no longer matches our new vibrational frequency. Feelings of anxiety, fear, and loss of control may appear. Second, many people will feel hungry more often, experience low blood sugar, or crave protein. This happens because the process of raising energy consumes a lot of resources from the body. Thus, the entire body is being dug from the inside out. During this time, it's best to focus on the present and eat protein-rich foods to support the body. This phase can last for years with recurring cycles of low blood sugar. But as the body gradually adapts, health will improve. Additionally, another common symptom is unusual pain and itching in different parts of the body. This is the third sign that energy blockages at the 3D level are being released as other parts of you begin to vibrate at a higher frequency. These pains can last for weeks, but they are part of the transformation process. Remember, soul awakening is a challenging but profoundly meaningful journey that helps you reach a better version of yourself. Afterward, everything seems to disappear without any reason. The neck and upper back are often the stiffest and most painful. Our lives are adjusting to match the new vibrations and connect with light at a higher frequency. This area of the body is where the process of change and energy elevation occurs. Fourth, skin outbreaks and detoxification. Issues like acne, rashes, or conditions resembling eczema often appear during the purification process, helping the body adapt to higher energy. Rashes are quite common. Diarrhea can last for weeks or even months. Pay attention to what you eat because your body is undergoing strong changes and may have difficulty processing hard to digest foods. If you're unsure what to eat, consider carefully and seek advice from your spiritual teachers. Fifth, heart pain and chest tightness. This is a common symptom for many people. Our hearts are trying to adapt to new and higher frequencies. Sometimes you may feel like you're having a heart attack. When this happens, it's important to rest because any activity can worsen the symptoms. Rest assured that you are not in danger. Sometimes you may feel like your heart has stopped, causing fear. But stay calm and stay connected to higher energy to find reassurance and safety. Sixth, deep sleep. When energy is adjusted and the body completes a transformation phase, you will feel the need to rest. During the integration and preparation for the next powerful energy shifts, you may become very sleepy. Napping may become a necessary habit. Seventh, experiencing emotional fluctuations and crying. Our emotions carry energy, and when energy changes, emotions become unstable. When released, you may cry without a clear reason. You may also cry when witnessing certain pain. These tears are a great means of purification and release. When new energy arrives, I often know because even while driving, I can cry uncontrollably. This can last for a while, but at least it's not painful. Eighth, feeling hot and sweating. Sometimes, you may feel hot for no specific reason. This happens when higher energy approaches you. This energy is denser, and when it gets close, it creates a feeling of heat. Ninth, inability to tolerate low frequencies. You may feel uncomfortable with the low vibrations of the 3D world, from conversations, attitudes, social structures, to healing methods. These things make you feel out of place. When you reach a higher frequency, Your energy no longer matches the old patterns. You may prefer to stay home or be alone because many things outside no longer match your frequency. This is a common experience in the energy evolution process. Returning to lower dimensions will make you feel uncomfortable and hard to maintain for long because lowering your frequency to adapt to that environment is very difficult. 10th, sudden changes in relationships, habits, work, and residence. In higher realms, the law of attraction becomes the most basic and common principle. Like energy attracts like energy. We will meet things that match our vibrational frequency. As our vibrations rise higher, this becomes more pronounced, becoming a core factor of reality. Through the process of raising energy, we continue to surpass previous developments. Therefore, environments that no longer match our vibrational frequency will naturally be removed from our lives. They will leave our space. Sometimes this can be the result of a major event or simply a small expectation that makes it impossible to maintain the relationship as before. 11th, inability to do things against your nature. You will feel uncomfortable trying to perform daily activities, things you used to do normally. Similarly, you no longer fit into old patterns because your soul is moving toward a life with higher vibrations, living in the present and creating the future. 12th, increased sensitivity to the environment. Bright lights, noise from crowds, food, television, other sounds, and various stimuli all become uncomfortable. You may feel breathless, easily agitated. But rest assured that this state will pass. Eventually, you will learn to step out of it and control what you want to experience. 13th, buzzing or humming sounds in the ears. This is not tinnitus, although it feels similar. It is the result of what you are going through. This signals that your ears are changing to match the new vibrational frequency, helping you interact harmoniously with a different reality. Some people will hear this sound continuously. Consider it a sign of vibrational frequency change, indicating that you are getting closer to harmony with a different reality. Awakening is the rebirth of your soul. An awakened person always carries a higher divine way, helping them see through and understand life. People with awakened souls always spark curiosity. Before awakening, people often try to prove others' stupidity instead of facing their own mediocrity. After awakening, outwardly you are still you. Life seems the same as before. But your inner self has fundamentally changed. No matter how turbulent the outside world is, you remain peaceful and serene inside, full of joy and ease. Once awakened, you will no longer focus solely on solving survival issues. You will shift from seeking externally to seeking internally. You no longer compare yourself to others, no longer envy what others have. Instead, you will feel empathy and understanding for those who are obsessed with chasing money and losing their souls. Living in the material world, you will maintain a supernatural perspective, doing everything as if playing a game. This so-called game doesn't mean being superficial, but being alert, gentle, and not bound by material things, doing what needs to be done with ease and freedom. As the saying goes, act according to the times. The spirit remains unchanged, facing all things with calmness. Don't underestimate this state. It manifests outwardly as steadfastness in the face of storms, but inwardly, the spirit and inner strength are unaffected by external circumstances. When you realize your true nature, your awakening in perception and interacting with the world will be complete. Inner peace, abundant energy, and living righteously. So, what kind of life truly brings meaning? At each stage, people have different answers. Unmarried people think the meaning of life is finding a suitable person to live happily with. Job seekers think the meaning is finding a job they love, with room for growth. Those without a home think the meaning is having a stable place to live, a private space. Those without a car think the meaning is having a comfortable means to go anywhere they want. Entrepreneurs think the meaning is becoming a phenomenon in the market, achieving outstanding success. Those who have achieved success want to challenge the impossible, becoming the brightest star in some ranking. And those lying on a sickbed only wish for a healthy body to freely breathe the outside air. However, These answers are just temporary needs at each stage. The true meaning of life lies in the profound awakening of the soul, something no one can take away, something that will follow you throughout your life. The awakening of the soul makes every detail in life meaningful, bringing a truly high-quality life, not the fleeting joy from material things, nor endless troubles and sufferings. People with awakened souls can make life simple and peaceful. A pure soul, enlightened wisdom, abundant energy, and a peaceful spirit. When the mind is disturbed by desires, the soul's peace disappears. Negative thoughts and emotions only bring sadness, fear, and prolonged pain, trapping people in the cycle of suffering. Yet, many believe that money can heal everything. Money is like a painkiller, helping to temporarily forget the pain, but when it stops, the pain returns, even worse. A truly awakened person can bring life back to a simple and peaceful state, living frugally in material terms but rich in spirit. When you have an independent spiritual world, your soul resides in that world, undisturbed by the noise of the world. A calm mind, reduced desires, is the secret to nourishing the spirit. Reducing desires doesn't mean giving up all thoughts or aspirations, but knowing how to let go of unnecessary ambitions and useless desires. Imagine the soul as a stream of water. The water is not clear because of mud. When the mud settles, the water naturally becomes clear. Therefore, keeping the mind pure and reducing desires is the way to achieve peace in the soul. A person with an awakened soul lives life like a poem, cherishing every present moment. A bite of food, a sip of water, is seen as fate. They are grateful, content, and cherish every moment, like when flowers wither and leaves fall. Understanding that it is natural. Spring has flowers, autumn has the moon, summer has cool breezes, winter has snow. If not burdened by worldly matters, every moment is the most beautiful time of life. A truly poetic and beautiful life stems from an understanding of life's truths, radiating from within purity, peace, and harmony. People whose souls have not awakened will feel that everything is unsatisfactory, easily fluctuating between joy and sorrow. Even living in a human paradise, they never stop weighing gains and losses, calculating benefits. In their minds, there is no room for poetry, no soul to appreciate beauty. Even if the universe bestows the whole world, they are never satisfied. Life is like a play, where people come and go, competing for fame and fortune. Only those with awakened souls can realize that all the wonderful beauty in life comes from the heart. A peaceful heart brings peace to all things. A joyful heart brings joy to all things. People with awakened souls find endless joy in the simplicity and truth of life. Joy does not come from scheming or calculating, but from innocence, kindness, and hopeful dreams. A heavy soul full of calculations will never find true happiness. Only by letting go of the bonds obscured by karmic obstacles can we experience true joy, like a fox only feeling happy when full. Finding true joy in life, those invisible adversaries won't allow us true happiness. The joy of life is natural, a purity untainted, like the innocent purity of a child. Children always find endless joy because their souls are not yet tainted. No matter what they encounter, they can see it as an interesting toy or something delicious to explore. A person with an awakened soul is one who has washed away the dust of the world, no longer controlled and enslaved by fame and profit. They can reconcile with all things in the world, doing anything not for any purpose, but simply because they like it, because they find it interesting. Like an innocent child, they no longer carry the burden of pressure or expectations from others. This helps them master themselves, allowing the inner life to truly awaken. When the inner life awakens, every human action begins to have meaning, becoming vibrant and full of vitality. All those who achieve success in the arts do so through the awakening of their inner life and spiritual enlightenment, without exception. A person with an awakened inner life connects with higher energy beyond the 3D world. Their values are completely different from this material world. Only when reaching a higher level of existence can a person become independent, fully understand, and express the meaning of life. A high-quality life is not about material wealth. Material wealth only brings a sense of emptiness and extreme loneliness, because your entire life experience is tightly bound to heavy, rigid, and untransportable things. They are like a giant magnet sucking your soul. A truly high-quality life is the awakening of the soul world. When no longer bound by external material things, the soul becomes free, unburdened, without worries, coming and going freely, no longer anxious. Such a life cannot be bought even with the greatest fortune in the world. That is the wonderful awakening of humanity. A person with an awakened soul can bring life back to a simple and peaceful state. They can live life like a poem in a distant horizon, finding endless joy in the simplest things. If you've read this far, thank you for taking the time to listen. If this content has brought something meaningful to you, please leave a like in return. Don't forget to respond with the phrase awakened soul. May everyone awaken, find peace, and happiness. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please click the subscribe button on the right to connect more deeply with us. Please share this knowledge generously, accumulating boundless merit.